welcome to Let's Learn. I'm your Excel instructor. Guys, today we will be covering conditional formatting. What is conditional formatting? Conditional formatting actually changes the appearance of the cells on the basis of condition we specify. Look at the example below where we are highlighting all odd numbers. So in this example, we have given some random values and we are highlighting all odd numbers, guys. So how we can achieve this and how, important this feature in Excel. Today we'll find and explore lots of things with conditional formatting. So let me tell you one good thing about conditional formatting. In conditional formatting, we can create our own rule and functions to quickly visualize data in a database or Excel sheet. And the shortcut key for conditional formatting dialog box Alt OD. So let me jump to Excel file immediately to help you understand how we can actually get this faster. Let me show you an example. Suppose I'm putting some values 12 and 13. Let me just check these values. So now there are some more values I'm putting 12 and 13. And maybe let me copy such data so that it will be easy, to understand. So this is a small data set where we want to highlight all the duplicate values. So guys, this the shortcut is Alt OD. Alt OD is the shortcut key. Otherwise, you can go through the long way. Conditional formatting. This is actually there in the home tab. You will find conditional formatting. You go there. These are the inbuilt features, guys. According to your requirement, you can select. Suppose duplicate value. You just click this and just whatever color you want. You can just accordingly you can select. These are the values which are selected are duplicate values. So within couple of seconds, you can have quick condition formatting applied across your data. And let me show you some more examples through my slide where it can help you. So this is actually the highlight dates. We are highlighting dates in the next 20 days from the date mentioned in G5 cell. So this actually we have mentioned in G5 cell 2nd of November 2018. So it means, all the dates, after 22nd of November, are highlighted over there. So you can see all the dates are highlighted. So we can actually learn lots of things in this session and explore more. Stay connected and keep learning. So guys, let me show you another example here. So conditional formatting can also be used where we have to highlight the cells when partial text found. So this is the dummy text. This is the dummy data which we have created where we are searching the Excel keyword. You can see this is the formula. And I tell you something, the functions which we have already covered in our previous sessions, they are going to be very, very, handy in conditional formatting. And I'll give you some tricks and tips so that you can actually overcome this conditional formatting for forever. So this is actually basic examples, but after you learn basics, of course, advanced conditional formatting can easily be done by all of you. So now let me show another example where we are telling that this is the conditional formatting tool smart card where you can actually select your requirement. If you want data bars, you can color scales, icon sets, and everything you can incorporate, or you can highlight or visualize data. And you can see this another example, duplicate values with inbuilt function as follows. Okay, this is actually inbuilt functions are available, but uh, there are time when we have to create our own functions. So inbuilt functions are good, but sometimes we have to create our own user defined functions. They are called in short UDF. So after we have created UDF, then we select the area where we want to apply conditional formatting, and accordingly it actually highlights respective cells. So in our previous session, we have discussed how to hide the zeros also with custom formatting. So in conditional formatting also we can do such kind of things again. So we will cover everything in this session. And now let me show you an example of conditional formatting where we are highlighting entire rows if any cell is blank. You can say the second row where 26, 34 scores are there, but A is blank, and you can see all the rows are highlighted where the cell is blank. So let me show you another example. This is actually completely opposite to what we have seen just now. And you can see over here, we are highlighting all the values, non-blank ones. So you can see these are the functions which are going to use. So guys, let me show you one more example before we get into practice. Actually, why we use not function. When you reverse the logic, suppose the logical decision is true. When you want to reverse the logical decision, you have to use not. So true will convert into false and false will convert into true. This is how conditional formatting works. Actually, this is one of the best features with Excel where you can learn lots of things and visualize your data in a way you require. So let me tell you some more example where we can explore more. Inbuilt functions actually we have already covered. Let me show you some more examples. Let me tell you, suppose some dates I'm putting. Okay, let me take some what actually we have, equal to. So equal to option text that contains. So you can see a date occurring, so you know that date you can put yesterday date, tomorrow date, next week date, whatever. So these are the functions available. So let me tell you one example. uh, Here is the file. I'm just putting some dimension. Hello, uh, file is here. I'm putting okay, file is not here. So this is actually one data. So what actually we want, wherever is the file contained, that cell should be highlighted. So let me just, you have to select the things, select the data set where you want your conditional formatting to be applied. So you have to go to conditional formatting, and then you have to see the options suitable to your requirement. So now the text that contains, you go there, here's the file. So you just mention that file keyword, guys. So you know that once you have the file keyword, everything is mentioned or highlighted. So you can select your own color. You want green and everything, whatever. So you can see is wherever is the file content is there, it is highlighted. So this inbuilt feature is very much handy when you have to do such kind of visualization, with your database or whatever. So you can use such kind of icons, shapes, indicators, ratings. You can create more rules and everything. So these are the basics where we can have more things, top 10 items and below average, above average. They are inbuilt functions and they are very much useful when you have some data or some kind of presentation you have to make. So we have to see equal to criteria. Let's do some equal to criteria. If I'm putting some kind of numbers, all right, like whatever. If I want all the numbers wherever 1242. Let me do that 1242. So merely just seeing this data, we can't make out that 12 and 42 value wherever is this located. So we just do this way and do this way and do this way. So this is actually very cumbersome, guys. So let me copy this data and paste it without formatting. So you can see the numbers are pasted over there, and let me apply conditional formatting equal to. When you do equal to, you can do that 12 and 42 values. By default it comes, so you can have your own values over 12, 40. So what is actually what did you just notice? You know we have only one value here, which is repeatedly duplicate value. Let me put it somewhere else. So now you notice that if you go to conditional formatting and you just equal to, once you go to equal to, actually this dialog box opens and recognize the duplicate values. So this is equivalent to that, because this formula is meant for such values which are repeatedly happening. Now let me put some more values in that. I'm putting 1239. I'm putting 1239 here also. But over there, let's see which value actually it throws. 1239. Okay, let me just showcase this example equal to. So 1242 is still. So 1239 is not highlighted. 1239, if you do that, so you can write whatever value you want, and accordingly you can have your data highlighted. So you can see 1239 value is highlighted here. Same way, if you want some more, if you want to remove the condition formatting from across this sheet, So what you have to do, you have to select everything, or maybe you don't need to select. Go there and clear rule. So clear rule from the selected cells, entire sheet. So you can see conditional formatting has been removed from this sheet 48 tab. So there is nothing. Now you have to apply current formatting, and let's explore some more options, like data bars. You can see this kind of bars you can apply if you have to showcase something. Color scale also you can showcase. So they are all called heat map chart or something. When you have some data, you can apply like that. When you have some icons, so such kind of icons you can showcase. So that you have to decide that which value you want to be highlighted, and to your requirement you can use all the values. So if you come there, indicators, like they're all inbuilt functions, what indicator we want. So let's do some more changes in that. And first you clear the entire sheet. Let me show you some more examples here. uh, Top 10 items. So you know that top 10 items, it is highlighted. So what is meant by top 10 items? So it has taken from descending orders. All top 10 items it has highlighted. So there are lots of options available here. If we go that bottom 10 items, so it has, bottom 10 items it has highlighted. So let me remove the informatic from across the sheet. And again, you can select the entire data set, and you can go to bottom 10 items. So bottom 10 items, if you go there, you can see bottom 10 items are highlighted. Though we are highlighting in the same column, that's why earlier it has painted all the cells with the same color. So you can see now it is highlighting the data in a ascending way. And what is ascending and descending? If we talk about 10, 9, 8, 7, whatever, so that is called descending order. All right. And if I tell you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on, so 5, 6, that is called ascending order. I hope it is clear to you. So these are all basics we have covered today. Let me tell you one more example. You have seen just now we have highlighted, like if we are mentioning file or something, but how we can highlight the same thing with the formula. So if we learn with basics, that can help you understand better with conditional formatting. So let me tell you some examples here, or let me copy the same examples and put it somewhere else. So guys, please pay attention. This is one of the most, you know, important function which we are going to discuss now. That will be very useful if you learn thoroughly, so that you can apply across that. So the criteria is that if any conditional formatting UDF. So what is UDF? UDF means user defined function. If any conditional formatting UDF you people are defining, so what you people have to do, first you have to apply the formula in the adjacent cells. So what actually we are looking for? File keyword. We are looking for file keyword in the text. So you can use search function. Search function, of course, is tells us the position of the text. So here we are searching file. Where we are searching, see, you can use small. Though search is non-case sensitive and find is case sensitive, you can use that. But use this way, search. We are searching file within text. So you know what does it happen here? So it is giving me 13th position of file. Over here it is giving me 7th position of file keyword, and here it is giving me an error, and here it is giving one, because file starts with first character, guys. All right. And now if I give space, all right, so what is happening? It gives me second. So as we have already discussed, that space is also a character. All right. And if I tell you a, if I tell you a space B space C. What is the length of this? Actually 5. The length is 5 because ABC, three letter, and then two space this and that. So it will be 5. So that you can see that len, length function, we used to have the total number of characters. Okay, so now you can see that this is the position where file is located, 13, 17, 1 and 0, whatever. So always remember, conditional formatting works on the basis of Boolean values, true and false. So what we can do here, F3, so we can do if this greater than 0. So you can see all values are, true and false, whatever. So now you just copy this function, entire function you can copy, and you can apply this function from here. So now let me check if you can new rule. So or maybe clear rule. New rule, you have to go over here. You have to use this function. Use a formula to determine which cells to format. So you can just put this formula formatting. You can use this color and you can OK. So if you do OK, you can see all the you know uh, rows where the content file is there. It is highlighting everything. If I put file, or maybe you can see nothing is happening. If I put E, this is also happening because we have used search function. That's why it has taken this file also. So guys, understand there is a small difference between search and find function. We could have used find function also here, but we have used search function because find function is case sensitive function. Search function is non-case sensitive. So I recommend you to use search function when it comes to such kind of things. Otherwise, to the requirement, you can use whatever suits your requirement, either search or find. So now it is clear to you. Let me put another example here to help you understand better. If, for example, we have to highlight, let me put some more examples, A, B, C, and D, E, F, G. So now in this data, we have to highlight only the cells. Let me type over there, only the cells where the length less than 5. So understand the question now. We have to highlight the rows where the length is less than 5. How we can do that? As I mentioned already, equal to length. You can use the length of this function, and you can use this keyword, like less than operator and 5. So as we have already discussed that it works on the basis of true false. Now you copy this formula, control C, and highlight this everything, go to conditional formatting, new rule, and use a formula to determine which cells to format. You have to select, and you can just paste this value there, and you can apply the format. I want this value, and you can just do OK. So now you see within just seconds, uh, the, the values are highlighted because the length is less than 5. You can see the length is less than 5. So we have used this function. You can remove this function now. This function is no longer required because we have already applied conditional formatting in our column, guys. So I hope you are learning lots of things from conditional formatting and how we can apply. So it is very basic. You see lots of people are. Let me show you one more thing. Control Z, or maybe let me show you something where I can remove all the conditional formatting, clear from the entire sheet. So lots of people do. They actually select this and they go actually over there. Conditional formatting new rule. So this actually is also great. If you just tell that if length of this is actually the point, so you can press F4 because it has say over here you have to log the column, guys. So you can log the column if the length less than 5. So you can see that the result we got this. So now this is also the way where you can do that. Both the ways are, whatever you feel like you can adopt either of the methods. And, but generally I prefer, in the adjacent cells, we put the formula and then we select the area and copy paste the function. I select that way, and you can see whatever you feel like. And let me show you one more example. Okay, let me tell you, this is the sales, and they are my representative. Let me give you an example where you will understand this way better. Here you can use all Excel functions, guys, and rand between function we are using to generate random values bottom and top. Now you see I'm using rand between function and generating some values 12,000 and 15,000 in between. So you see that these random values I'm getting. So let me first convert these values or convert this formula into value, what will I do? Control C, Alt Control V, and then you press V and enter. They are the shortcuts. So again, I'm doing my favorite Alt HB A. Alt HB A is the shortcut to format the data. So now the condition is that, let me put A1 also over there so that it will be easy. And let him put A1, A2, A3. And again, A1, A2, A3. All right. And I'm putting A1 and I'm putting this A4 and A4 also I'm putting over there. So now the condition is if somebody sales, suppose let me took A1. A1 is 12. Let me change some data. So the condition is that whomsoever sales is more than 15,000. So if sales is more than 15,000, we have to highlight the entire row. So what we can do, how we can do this entire thing. So you understand that A1. So first A1 actually over here, A1 is there. You can see A1 is there, A1 is there, and A1 is there. So A1 sale is 38,682. But let me put you some values where I can mention 14,000 and A2 sales. I can mention this much, and I can mention this. Okay, I think this is fine. A3 sale, A3 sale. I can mention this much. So you can see if I just apply filter. So if I apply filter over there A3, because we want A3 should be highlighted. Okay, so A3 total sale is 12 and 9, 12,914. So let me change the criteria. If anybody's sale is less than 15,000, should be red. So how we can do that? It's very simple, guys. So first you use sum if function. In sum if functions, you can actually select that range. Actually, we have to find out this entire range. We can select, press F4, guys, because this is the constant table. Now you have to select, this is your actually representative, which has to be dynamic or kind of relative reference. So over here you have to log the G column. Press F4. So you can see G column is also logged. And now if you have G column logged, so if you drag towards left, right, it will always be this, because we have to highlight the row. I will tell you why we are doing this. Now sum range. This is actually our sum range. I need your focus here. Please stay connected. So once you close the bracket, you see some kind of things this much. So over here you can apply the kind of logical function that if this amount less than 15,000. So once you have this value, so you actually see that these values are coming true and true. So A2 value seems less than 15,000. So you can see A2 is also in that criteria. And if you drag this over there, the value will be same in both the columns, because we have logged the table entire things, and in G column actually this actually we have logged the G column. You can see. So if you drag towards right also, it will always be G. But if you drag towards down, so it will become G7. So now it's very simple. You just copy this function, Control C, and then you highlight this entire. See, you have started the function from over here. You cannot copy this cell function and paste in the condition formatting dialog box. No, you have to copy the function which is the very first function. This is the very first function. Control C. You select entire data set. You go to condition formatting and you go to new rule, and then you have to go to use the formula determine which cells to format. You paste this value, and then you can see the color we have over there. So less than 15,000, A2 sale is less than 15,000. A3 also, A2, A3, guys, this is all, even A10. But if I put A10 over there and make this, you can see the color will go off now. See that color will go off. So this is, and this is no longer required. So now you understood why we have created this kind of functions in our adjacent cells. to ensure that formula should be correct. It is up to you. See, if you really practice good, so you can directly select this and go to conditional formatting dialog box, and there you can apply the function, guys. All right, so let me show you one more example with VLOOKUP. I'm putting, okay, I have another example for you. Let me show you something which, yes, so yes, so how we can hide the zeros, guys. How we can hide the zeros. Let me put some values, 1 2 0. I'll show you one more example after this. 4 5 and zeros. We have to hide the zeros, guys. Select this, go to condition formatting, highlight cells, rules, and everything. You can say that equal to, you can put 0. Actually, if it is 0, so you can just select that custom format. In custom format, you can select this or whatever you feel like. You can just do that. So now you see nothing actually happens there. So we have done something wrong, because if you go there, first you remove this from the selected part, clear root from the selected cells. Now if you go there, highlight cells greater than, less than, between, equal to, or whatever. You can go to, more rules, or maybe equal to. If you go to equal to, if you put 0 over there, so you go there and be careful what actually you want. You have to fill, and you have to fill, and or you have to go to font, you have to go to number. If you have to go to font, you can say that in font also we have these colors. If you have to have these color, so that this 0 is also hidden, guys. So the font, we have painted the font as white, and to your requirement you can select anything whichever suits you. Condition formatting is amazing and powerful feature in Excel, which can help you to visualize your data in a very beautiful way. So let me show you one more example. This example is very important, guys. This example we have created where we want if we select January month, so it means entire January column will be highlighted. If we select May month, so entire May month should be highlighted. And accordingly the drop down we have created. If we select a property 2, or inside property 2, if we select section in property 2 section 11, so the entire row should be highlighted. So that let's do this task and understand how we can achieve this with this function, guys. Let's do this. So now how we can do that? May function, may actually is the keyword which we are looking for here. So how we can do that? So first we have to apply the formula from here, equal to this. Now this data is kept in your fifth row, so you have to log the fifth. How we can log? Press F4. Now it is logged. So if this equal to, you have to apply HLOOKUP. HLOOKUP means you have to search this value, which is, again you have to press F4, because this value is constant. If this value you have over there, maybe you can do that way. So you have to log this entire range. Press F4, guys. All right. So now what I'm doing here, if you have to see that uh, if this value A5 equal to this value where we are searching May value, comma 1 comma 0. So now you see that we are getting false value. So if you drag this false towards down, it will be false. If you go towards somewhere, it will stop and make true some value May. So May value is true. Now you select uh, one other something. Yeah, you see that this is the May column, because 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. All right. So if you do that February, so this February is true. Now you understood the logic. If you copy this function, okay, Control C, and you highlight entire thing, guys. Okay, now you go there and new rule. Inside new rule, you apply this function, and go to fill. I want this color, and go there and see that. So now let's test this function. January is highlighted. May is highlighted. If you go to uh, you know June is also highlighted, guys. So this function now is no longer required, because you have used that function. So now it is clear to you that if you go April. April is highlighted. Okay. If you go to February, February is highlighted. So we have achieved one part. Now we have to achieve second part also, where we have property 2 and section 11 is found. And now the criteria is that we have to highlight the entire row, guys. We have to highlight the entire row on the basis of selection. The way we are highlighting, May, and highlighting, January, it is highlighting everything. Now we have to highlight the entire row. How we can highlight, guys? Very simple. If you go here and if you concatenate this value and this value, so what happens, guys, as we have already discussed, these two values are constant. You press F4 completely, you log this stuff and then equal to. Now you have to do again this ampersand we use to join the strings together. So over here you can see both the strings are there, and again A and B. So what you have to do, you have to lock, press F4, this. Now we have to lock, columns over there. So we have locked the columns because A and B data is there. Now if you see that these values are dragged, but if you drag towards right, you see that true is also dragged. All right, so now this is the function which we have to use. Do control C and then select this entire thing. The formula we started from the sixth row, so you have to select this entire things, go to conditional formatting, new rule, and then use a formula to determine which cells to format, and then you have to paste this formula. After you paste this formula, you see that, let me take let me take this color, and then you see something actually happens. Then we don't need this formula. You can remove this function, and then if you say that section 5, nothing actually is happening. Property to section 13, let me select that. If it is there, yes, now you see this is actually selected. But again, if you go to February column is selected. Now if you go to March column is selected. If you go anywhere, April is selected, and accordingly you can select your property 1, but section 13 is not there. Now you can go section 5, so you can see property 1 section 5 is there, property 1 and section 5. So this is how we actually use our functions, and I hope, guys, you have found this useful. And thank you very much for watching this, and have a good day. Bye bye.